Hi and welcome. This is Richard Huntley back with a brand new video answering your questions. And today we're going to look at how to train like a combat athlete. So people who are into the boxing or they're into the MMA, the big craze, what it is now, or any type of combat athletic style of training. We're going to be answering questions. How could you go about training? What's the fine points to really improve your overall game? Whether you want to become a pro, semi-pro, or whatever it is at all, we're going to be answering the questions. But before I get started, if you don't know, I'm quite heavily involved in the martial arts for a long time now. It's been in my family for some years, and I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. And so over the years of training now, over 20 years, it's come back to learning some of the history and some of the interesting points, which really makes you a complete martial artist out there. And really, what it comes down to when you see lots of these martial artists nowadays, and so whether you're an athlete or somebody who just wants to improve their health, that you need dedication in training. So like Mr. Pierre on the right, you'll see he's quite a common face in the sportive side of the world of martial arts, and originally he was a karateka. A guy, so practitioner, which is absolutely great, and you can see he's in great shape, looks after his body, but he never forgets the roots of what taught him, what he built on his foundation today. And more interesting video, the picture on the left is a gentleman upside down by the name of Yukio Tani, and Yukio Tani was a very fabulous grappler and jujitsuka. He was fabulous, and as you can see here, he's applying a Jujigatami, also known as an armbar, from an upside down on one of his old associates, Mr. Apollo, and he was the one who brought jiu-jitsu to the shores of UK, or helped bring it over to the UK here, and really uh, be the driving force behind the true art of jiu-jitsu, and just show how simple the techniques can become. And really what happened was, the bigger, better at the time, judo swallowed everything up, and he joined the bandwagon of judo, which is basically like a form of jiu-jitsu. Originally it was anyway. It's quite changed over the years. But not to go too much into the history, it's just really interesting for you to find out a little bit more of the roots, especially once you've trained in martial arts for some time. You must go back to the old before you can understand all of the new here. And you can see that really it's not on the size. Yukio Tani wasn't a big guy at all, but his technique was fabulous. But obviously you need to be able to be fit to train as well. You can't be overweight and really lazy and expect to get good results in your training, your mind, body, and spirit. 'Cause that's really the essence in proper martial art training, not one without the other. So here's a style what they practice to become fit. And when I've trained with guys in the combat athletics in the past, and really what they look for is when they're training with their opponents, their partners, because really it's involved with somebody most of the time. You need to train in explosive movements, explosive exercises. So you're going to start off in one position, you need to explode to the next movement. Because really what this comes out with is the formula for strikes, whether it's kicks and using the hands and the elbows, different parts of the body. You need to be able to be explosive, to be quick, to hit the opponent by surprise. But also with Nagiwaza throwing techniques, you need to be able to strike a Temiwaza and be able to throw Nagiwaza them over without them even expecting it. Okay, it comes a lot of training to try and do that to somebody, but if you can train explosive movements, it's definitely going to improve your training. Also, these athletes, they really master their own body weight. Handstand push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups is just foundation of it. You should always be able to hold a good balance as well. Their center of coordination balance is fabulous, and that's what you need to work on as well. Don't forget flexibility. Too many people forget this. They're lifting big weights and they can throw over some people now and again, but really their flexibility is rubbish. And it's not just being able to drop down and show off by doing the splits. That's not it. You should be able to work off the legs, the core of your body and your back for bridges, for flexibility. You'll be able to work on the arms. All three of these sections are really important that we've covered so far. Then, one of the most important parts is having enough fuel in the tank, also known as the cardio. So what we do with this is cardio intervals. So we do with rounds. You're going to go one round and then you're going to rest. So maybe you're going to hit a minute of one exercise. You're going to hit it hard for 60 seconds. You're going to rest up for maybe 15 to 30 seconds, and you're going to hit on to the next exercise. And this is so it's realistic when you're going into these combat challenges. And then lastly, you want to keep on bringing out fresh opponents, because you need to push yourself, to take on one opponent, and then once you finish with them, maybe you've hit a time of a minute or 2 minutes, bring out another fresh one. They're ready to rumble. They're ready to go with their strength. You need to be able to pull it out of the bag under pressure. So these 5 points will be really helpful for you. So get out your pen and paper and start writing these down, or on your iPad or whatever have you, and start training on more explosive exercises. Start mastering your own body weight. You should be able to hold it in a good balance as well, with for a good set amount of time, and also you should increase your flexibility, be able to last for a long time with cardio, and most of all get a lot of training opponents and keep bringing out fresh opponents to keep up your cardio as well. So if you want to grab hold of my martial abs program, it's martial abs because martial is another word for combat. It's to combat the belly fat. It's going to help you start with combating the belly fat, and it's got some really good martial art routines in there just for the fitness. This isn't going to turn you into a fighter. This is just going to get your fitness up to the next level, because that's what this video is about. Don't forget the history I told you as well. It's most important, and I've only really just touched on the tip of the iceberg there. You want to become a complete martial artist. That's the aim. So pick up a copy of my martial abs program, and people all over the world are getting some really good results with it, and I'm hearing great feedback. I can't wait to hear yours as well, and I'll see you guys on the inside.